What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about leverage and how it relates to the whole relationship thing. For those who don't know, leverage is pretty much when two parties are in a negotiation or even a battle and one side has the upper edge. Example, if you're going to war and one country has more men, then they have the leverage. Or if you're going to war and one country has less men, but they have a better geographical stronghold, then they would be considered to have the leverage. That's for those who don't know. But I want to talk about the whole issue of leverage. And it doesn't pride me. I have to get this out the way. It doesn't pride me. I don't feel better about myself for the way things are, but I'm a realist, and sometimes you have to adapt to the situation. Now, when it comes to the whole relationship thing, there are fewer good black men than there are good black women. And I've said this before, and other people have said this. I don't know the percentages, but honestly, it seems like for every 100 black dudes, probably only about 15 of them are going to be of substance. But the majority of black women, whether she's college educated or not, at one point in time in their lives, want, a good dude. Pure and simple. So in a sense, you have 15% of all black guys who can pretty much do the job. And then you have close to damn near 100% of black women who are in search of black men who can do the job. Now, of course, out of the black female population, you have those who are dating outside the race, and those who may be lesbian or or neutral or whatever. But honestly, I don't really think that's it's not a significant number for me to have to jump. You know what I mean? So I feel pretty confident in saying that the vast majority of black women are in search for more, strong, upstanding black dudes. And because this is so, black men would have the leverage. Alright? We're in a position of power. I wouldn't say power, but we have the competitive edge. And this whole relationship thing, I'll have to admit, it is a 50-50 shot. Both sides have to prove their worth. I'm not even going to lie about that. I don't care if you have, 10 plus degrees that are making this amount. You still have to prove yourself to the opposite party. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how it's always been. Men have to prove themselves. Women have to prove themselves. It's like that for every culture. But the issue is, who does it first? A lot of black women take this default position as if the man has something to prove to him. Or to her, excuse me. And I think that's a crucial error. He doesn't have to wait. Me personally, I have stopped talking to, certain girls because I felt this way. I felt as if she was waiting for me to prove myself. And in a sense, if you're part of that 50% of black guys who, are doing what they have to do, that 15%, you can agree with me in the sense that you're not about to bust a sweat before she breaks one. You know what I mean? I'm not about to play my hand when I know I have the upper advantage. Pure and simple. So I think more women need to understand this. You have to show your qualities before he has to do his. And how do you do that? Well, as far as I know, I'm the type of dude, how I judge a woman is based off of three things. Can she hold me down or satisfy me mentally, emotionally, and physically. And what I mean by emotionally, if I'm down, can she bring me back up? A lot of women don't have that ability. If you're down in the dumps or you had a hard day, or just, sometimes just the world beating down on you, sometimes your chick or your girl can't bring you up. They don't know how to. Next, mentally, is she a problem solver? If something goes wrong, can she fix it? Or does she act helpless? Especially it's 2008. So there's the difference between what men do and what women do is there, but it's not that great. If you get a flat tire, call AAA. That's what I do. Or if your car's not running, what do you have to do? Take it to the dealership or take it to a mechanic. So all those things as far as, oh, I need a man to do for me, come on now. You need to learn how to be a problem solver. It's not to say that that man doesn't, but, you know, everybody's hustling. It's 2008. So everybody has to be able to carry their own weight. So they have to know how to problem solve. Last is physically. Now, physically does not mean sexually, even though it's part of it. Physically can mean, does she know how to keep a home up? Does she know how to decorate? Does she know how to do all those things? Does she know how to cook? Or does she know how to provide access to good food? Of course, there is the sexual component, but it's not just the act of having sex. It's, does she keep my attention? So if we're going out to dinner, does she have my attention? Does she have the other guy's attention? That's a secret that a lot of men don't want to, admit. But, we want our girl to be attractive to us, but to other people as well. I mean, call it shallow, call it what you want, but women like that too. They like the fact to know, they like knowing that, hey, I command attention. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're a cheater, but it just means, you know what? I have it. I have that womanly charm. We've all seen it. We've all seen that woman who's in her late 30s or 40s who still had it. We call them what? MILFs, right? If you don't know what MILF is, look it up. So in a sense, to be honest with you, men love that. We've all seen that woman that, older woman that I would give it to her. Because she keeps her womanly charm about her. So anyways, that's what, a lot of black men are looking for. Can you do those things? And can you show me those things before I have to go into my bag of tricks? Because if you can prove that you can do those things, then that man will be compelled to do what he can to live up to his end of the bargain. Like I said before, it's still a 50-50 thing. A lot of black women think that, he has to prove himself first, and I don't have to. Both sides have to prove themselves worthy. But because of the game of leverage, because of the numbers, black women have to do that first. And I know it's a little bit hard because you have to leave your security zone, but you need to do it. And I'm not talking out of my ass because I have homegirls who are doing it. And this is where I get this from. All my boys who are about to get married and who are in strong relationships all did so because the women in their lives weren't afraid to show what they can do for them before the man did. Alright? So I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, but you got to throw it out there. It's a game of leverage. Pure and simple. And we're in a position where we have leverage. And we don't feel good about it. It's not like we want to throw it around, but we have to be smart about it. If there's more of y'all and less of me, I can't try to go and please every single last one of y'all. It doesn't work like that. And plus it shows that you have that competitive edge. Because if you're a well-to-do black man, there are women who don't care if you're married or in a relationship or have kids. There's always somebody who's willing to come in and break up your happy home. There's always that woman who's willing to be number 2 or number 3. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even going to lie to you. So it's really up to you to show your worth. And trust me, if you can do that to whatever that man's standards are, he will live up to his end of the bargain. That's what makes him part of that, small percent of black dudes that are able to do what they do. They live up to their end of the bargain. They don't care about their word, it's about their actions. Trust me. I can't speak for every black man, nor do I want to. But I feel like I can speak for the ones who are doing the right thing because we have that same common connection. Even though I don't know them, I know exactly what they're going through. And I'm just being real. Holler at me, tell me how you feel.